hello, this is Ron the Hipster from Team Baa Camp Money, bond with ardent authenticity with humility. So in our previous video, pinag-usapan natin ay about technopreneurship at value proposition canvas. So today, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ay business model canvas. So ano nga ba ang business model canvas? Business model canvas is a visual representation of a business model and highlighting all key strategic factors. So in other words, it is a general, holistic, and complete overview of the company's workings, customers, and revenue streams, and more. So, itong business model canvas ay nakafocus sa kung paano tatakbo ang isang business at kung paano po provide o masusolusyonan ng isang company ang pain point ng mga customer. So sa lahat ng mga traditional business planning na naimbento nung araw, ng mga unang panahon, itong business model canvas ay naiiba sa lahat. So bakit naiiba at sobrang efficient? Dahil ito ay one page lang. One page lang to. Hindi na magbubuklat ng napakadaing page para mahanap pa yung gusto mong hanapin. Wala nang hassle. Isang page lang, nandun na lahat. So, napakadaling i-present nito sa board meeting dahil isang page nga lang, wala nang hassle sa pagbubuklat, andun na lahat ng ingredients sa isang page na yun. So, onting historical notes muna tayo tungkol sa business model canvas. So, business model canvas were initially proposed in 2005 by Dr. Alexander Osterwalder. Pinanganak siya noong 1974. So, isa siyang Swiss business theorist, author, speaker, consultant, at entrepreneur. So, simula nung ma-release lahat ng mga gawa ni Osterwalder around 2008, new canvases for specific niche have appeared. So, naglitawan nga yung lahat simula nung ma-release yung mga gawa ni Osterwalder. So ngayon, proceed naman tayo kung bakit nga ba natin kailangan ng isang business model canvas. Why we need business model canvas? So, Hipster CJ, paliwanag mo nga sa amin kung bakit natin kailangan ang business model canvas.
Why do you need a business model canvas? The answer is simple. The business model canvas offers several benefits for businesses and entrepreneurs. It is a valuable tool and provides a visual and structured approach to designing, analyzing, optimizing, and communicating your business model. The business model canvas is important because the BMC provides a quick outline of the business model and is devoid of unnecessary details compared to the traditional business plan. Sinasabi dito na complete details ang nakapaloob sa BMC kumpara sa traditional na paraan na mayroong mga detalye na hindi naman mahalaga na di na dapat isama sa pagpaplano. Number 2, the visual nature of the business model canvas make it easier to refer to and understand by anyone. The business model canvas combines all vital business model elements in a single, easy to understand canvas. Ang paggawa ng BMC ay malaking bagay dahil mas madali itong maintindihan ng karamihan. Sa isang form or presentation ay nakapaloob na lahat ng business elements na kailangan sa isang business. Example ng BMC elements ay yung structure cost, yung customer segments, at iba pa. Number 3. The business model canvas can be considered a strategic analysis tool as it enables you to examine a business model's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and challenges. Sinasabi naman dito na ang BMC ay isang tool na pwede nating gamitin upang magpag-aralan ng mas maayos ang kahinaan ng isang business, oportunidad at ang mga bawat pagsubok na pwedeng ma-encounter sa pagtayo ng isang business. Number 4. It's easier to edit and can be easily shared with employees and stakeholders. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, mas madali nating maayos ang mga importanteng details at mas madali na maipepresent sa kapwa natin employees at sa mga stakeholders. Number 6. The business model canvas can be used by large corporations and startups with just a few employees. Ginagamit din ito ng mga large corporations dahil nga sa mas may effective. Mas madaling intindihin at more precise ang details na nakapaloob dito. 7. It clarifies how different aspects of the business are related to each other. Nililinaw ng business model canvas ang mga aspects of business. For example, yung mga labor costs, marketing strategy, quality of goods and service, management team at iba pa. You can use a business model canvas template to facilitate discussions and guide brainstorming sessions on defining your business model effectively. Sinasabi dito na pwede natin gawing guide sa mga discussion or sa pag-brainstorm as a business group ang BMC para mas madali nating ipaintindi at mas magaling maayos ang results. Sa image na ito, nakapaloob yung 9 elements na dapat nating gawin o mga hakbang sa pagbuo ng business model canvas. Sa 9 elements na yon, isa na dito ang customer or market segments na na-explain na sa previous video. Under customer segments ay ang mga sumusunod: mass market, niche market, segmented, diversified, at ang multi-sided platforms. Sa under naman ng market segmentation ay ang demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, behavioral segmentation, at ang geographic segmentation.
So, punta naman po tayo sa customer relationship. In this section, you need to establish the type of relationship you will have with each of your customer segments or how you will interact with them throughout their journey with your company. Dito, ito yung mga paraan or ways kung paano tayo makikipag-interact or makipag-connect sa mga customer natin with our products and services. Dito ay kailangan natin makabuild at maka-maintain tayo ng positive relationship with them. There are several types of customer relationship. First is personal assistance. You interact with the customer in person or by email, through phone call or other means. Para tong person-to-person interaction kung saan kunwari na lang sa mga grocery store, kaya naman sa mga butika. Pwede rin yung sa phone call kunwari may katawagang contact support. Next is dedicated personal assistance. You assign a dedicated customer representative to an individual customer. Para lang tong personal assistance. Pero, meron naka-assigned na kunwari staff. Next is self-service. Here you maintain no relationship with the customer but provides what the customer needs to help himself. Ang best example dito yung mga samgyeopsalan. Yung sila na lang yung magluluto. Next is automated services. This includes automated processes or machinery that helps customers perform services themselves. Mga example dito yung mga ATM or pwede din yung mga vending machines. Communities. This includes online communities where customer can help each other solve their own problems with regard to the product or service. Ang best example dito yung mga reviews or feedbacks na nakikita natin sa Shopee's, Lazadas, and other online stores. Next is co-creation. Here the company allows the customer to get involved in the designing or development of the product. For example, YouTube has given its users the opportunity to create content for its audiences. Ang dito, ang YouTube, ang new company dito is YouTube. At parang nagkakaroon ng co-creation with the content creators. Tapos ang mga naging customers dito, yung mga audience. Next naman po is channels. This block is to describe how your company will communicate with and reach out to your customers. Channels are touch points that let your customer connect with your company. Channels play a role in raising awareness of your product or service among customers and delivering your value proposition to them. Channels can also be used to allow customers the avenue to buy products or services and offer past purchase support. Ito naman po yung mga paraan or ways na kung saan ay nakakausap natin yung mga customers natin. Or sa madaling sabi, ito yung mga medium kung saan kung saan ay nakakommunicate tayo ng customers. Isa sa mga channels na natin ay yung mismong lugar ng kumpanya natin, o kaya naman sa ngayong modern era, ang best channels talaga ay yung social media. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Pwede nating ma-advertise or ma-promote ang isang product or kumpanya natin. Next naman po is key activities. The key activities of a business are the actions that the business undertakes to achieve the value proposition for the customers. Sa madaling sabi po, ito yung mga ginagawa ng kumpanya para may deliver or maibigay ang mga promised value proposition. There are some categories in key activities. First is production. Ito yung mga designing, manufacturing, and delivering a product in significant quantities and or of superior quality. Next is problem solving. Finding new solutions to individual problems faced by customers. And lastly, platforms and network. Creating and maintaining platforms. For example, Microsoft provides a reliable operating system to support third-party software products.
We have already explained the key activities, so let's talk about the key resources. After we gather all the key activities, next, you should think about what practical resources are needed to achieve the key activities or the actions of the business. So, susunod na dapat mong isipin kung ano ang mga practical na resources ang kailangan upang ma-achieve natin yung key activities ng isang business. This is where you list down which key resources or the main inputs you need to carry out your key activities in order to create your value proposition. Dito natin iniisa-isa o nililista yung bawat key resources na kailangan para sa key activities in order to create your value proposition. There are several types of key resources and they are human. Specify natin employees. The employees of any organization are the driving force behind the company's success. Second is financial. Example nito yung cash, lines of credit, and etc. Financial is the most important driving force dahil kung walang pera or walang cash, walang business. Third is intellectual. Example is brand, patents, IP, and copyright. Fourth is physical. Example nito ay equipment, inventory, and buildings. After we tackle the key resources, next is we should know who are key partners. Key partners are the external companies or suppliers that will help you carry out your key activities. These partnerships are forged in order to reduce risk and acquire resources. These are types of partnership. Those are strategic alliance. It is the partnership between non-competitors. Example nito yung Starbucks and Barnes and Noble. Second is co-opetition. It is the strategic partnership between partners, co-opetition. It is the act of cooperation between competing companies. Business that engage in both competition and cooperation are said to be in co-opetition. Example nito yung Samsung and Apple. Samsung and Apple are fierce competitors in smartphone market, but also Samsung supplies components such as displays and memory chips to Apple for its iPhone. Third is joint ventures, partners developing a new business. Ito yung two or more companies joins together to collaborate on a particular project. Last but not the least is the buyer-supplier relationship. Ensure reliable supplies. So, sa business, kailangan nating matiyak na legit yung mga suppliers natin para tuloy-tuloy yung progress or yung production ng ating kumpanya. And that's all.
Cost structures. Dito sa cost structures, we'll identify all the costs na associated sa pag-operate ng isang business. Dito, nag-focus tayo sa pag-evaluate ng mga gastos mula sa pag-deliver ng value proposition, paggawa ng revenue streams, at pag-maintain ng customer relationships. Example, una, magkano yung magagastos para mapunan yung pangangailangan ng mga key partners mo. Pangalawa, magkano yung gastos mo para sa labor ng employees, magkano yung pasahod mo sa kanila. Pangatlo, para makabuo ka ng isang product or makapag-offer ka ng isang service, magkano yung magagamit mo or magagastos mo para sa raw materials, equipments, and advertising. Plus, yung mga additional cost para mag-run ng isang business tulad ng mga legalities and insurances. Revenue streams. Simplihan lang natin dito sa revenue streams. Papasok kung saan manggagaling ang kita mo. May dalawang klase ng revenue streams. Una, ang transaction-based revenue. Ito ay galing sa one-time payment ng customer. Example, ang pag-consume ng mga food and beverages ay minsanan lang bayaran ng customer. Isa pang type ng revenue streams ay ang recurring revenue. Sa recurring revenue, ito yung mga ongoing payments ng customer para sa tuloy-tuloy na service o post-service. Example, sa isang company para patuloy mong magamit ang kanilang product or service, kailangan mong mag-avail ng subscription o kaya contracts. Iba pang examples ng recurring revenue ay rental, advertising, and tiered billing.
So ayun, dako na po tayo sa last part ng ating business model canvas. Ito po yung value proposition. Last video na talakay po natin yung building blocks na ito. So ngayon, ito yung continuation. This value proposition is the heart of the business model canvas and represents your unique solution for our problems, needs, or pain points being faced by our customer segments, or that creates value for the customers. This should be unique or should be different from your competitors. If you are offering new product, it should be innovative. So, if mag-offer tayo ng products or service na meron na, dapat naiiba ito sa kanila or dapat mag-stand out ito with new features and attributes para yung customers natin babalik-balikan tayo or maging first in their list na pupuntahan. So, ngayon, ito yung mga tanong na dapat nating masagot under value proposition. What values do we deliver to the customers? Aling customer problem ang dapat nating masolusyonan? Anong products and services ang i-offer natin sa ating customer segments? And in which customer needs are we satisfying ba? So, ngayon, dako tayo sa ating exercise. So, how to make a business model canvas nga ba? In order to create business model canvas, according to Creately, ito yung mga step-by-step guide paano gumawa ng business model canvas. Step 1. Gather your team and requirements material. Siyempre, kapag gagawa ka ng business model canvas, kailangan mo ng team para makabuo ka ng mas magandang information or mas best na information na magagather. And syempre, kailangan mo ng requirement materials like pen or paper or laptops para ma-jot down mo yung mga na-gather yung information. So, step 2. Set the context. Clearly define the purpose and the scope of what you want to map out and visualize in the business model canvas. Dako na tayo sa step 3. Draw the canvas and divide ito sa 9 equal sections para magre-represent ito sa 9 building blocks ng ating business model canvas. So, sa number 4, i-identify natin yung key building blocks and i-label natin bawat section. Sa step 5, i-fill naman natin yung ating canvas. At syempre, katulong ng ating team. Para mailagay natin yung mga relevant information doon. So, dito sa step 6, i-analyze na natin yung mga nag-gather nating information sa ating business model canvas. Ngayon, sa last part or sa last step, ipa-finalize natin yung mga nag-gather nating information. Siyempre, dapat ma-align natin itong business model canvas natin sa ating stakeholders. So, ngayon, gagawa na tayo ng ating sariling business model canvas. Gagamitin pa rin natin yung ginamit natin last time sa ating value proposition canvas, yung resto bar. ito na yung the business model canvas ng ating resto bar. Simulan natin. Customer segments. Last time, na-identify na natin to. So, ilagay natin dito sa ating business model canvas yung mga customer segments natin. All age, interest, boredom, stress reliever, availability, meeting place, entertainment, and satisfy cravings. So, ngayon, kailangan ko ng cooperation nyo. Pwede ba kayo magbigay ng customer relationship?
Halimbawa ng customer relationship ay ang delegated personal assistance and VIP assistance, secured and smooth transaction, security surveillance, sales and promotion, and community-based interaction.
Ayun, thank you. So, in what ways ba na tayo makikilala ng ating mga customers? Pwede ba kayo magbigay ng distribution channels?
Channels. We can use social media, which includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. And we can also put the place of the resto bar itself. And we can also include putting on flyers.
Ayun, thank you. So, ano naman yung mga key activities natin? Pwede ba kayong magbigay?
Halimbawa ng key activities ay ang designing for events and occasions, maintenance, marketing advertising, boardroom room, VIP assistance and service, and event platform.
Ayun, salamat. Pwede ba kayong magbigay ng ating key resources sa ating resto bar?
In key resources, we may add missing staff, bad employees, quick entertainment, security, VIP assistance, equipments, event or occasion production, satisfying food and beverages, and lastly, we can put the rest of us.
So, sino naman yung ating magiging key partners? Pwede nyo bang ibigay yung key partners natin?
Key partners, customer, food and beverages supplier, advertising or sponsorship company, managers, and alliances between non-competitors.
So, ngayon, syempre sa ating business, hindi mawawala dyan yung gastos. Pwede nyo bang i-identify yung mga cost structure natin sa ating business model canvas?
Sales commission, product cost, cost of labor, cost of raw materials, advertising, and equipments.
So, ayan, dako naman tayo sa ating revenue streams. Pwede nyo bang ibigay yung ating mga revenue streams?
Example of revenue streams: food and beverages, boardroom room, billiard, dart, and etc. Second is VIP fee and tip for staff. Third is special event and occasion fee. For celebrities, guests for events, shows, and sponsorship. Online payments, GCash, Paymaya, and etc. Last but not the least is the cash payment.
So, eto, dito na tayo sa last part. Ito yung value proposition. Restaurant and bar with satisfying food and beverages, and provide great security and VIP assistance. Offer an event shows and occasions with great productions. Boardroom room for activities to relieve stress and great bonding with best ambience. With great stops and place to go for a reason. So, ayun, natapos na tayong makabuo ng ating business model canvas. So, konti na lang at magta-turn into reality na ang ating business. So, once again, why we need a business model canvas nga ba? Business model canvas offers several benefits for business and entrepreneurs. It is a valuable tool to use and provides a visual and structured approach to designing, analyzing, optimizing, and communicating your business model. So, thank you.
section simula sa definition of business model canvas hanggang sa construction of business model canvas natapos na natin. So I hope lahat ng nanood at nakinig ay natuto. Any question or discrepancy, comment down below, sasagutin namin yan. So once again, this is Ron the Hipster from Timba Account Money, giving the advance gratitude and appreciation to our future customers,